Hey guys, it's me, EODGamerZ here, your market analyst for Path of Exile 2. Now in this video, I want to talk about two things. How do we de-risk knowing that certain classes, for example your Deadeyes, maybe your Invokers, your Mages are all a little bit overtuned? How do we de-risk in the strategy because patch is coming up? And secondly, how do we position ourselves to make money? So lower risk, increase wealth gain, that's what I want to talk about in this video as well. Let's talk about the easiest out of the two of them, which is probably going to be how do you de-risk in a situation? How do you actually get rid of a lot of excess? It starts off with the currency market. The one main stuff that are pushing out in the currency market that are pumping and doing really well is rarity meta right now, which is so-called of Escapper. You can slap this on the shield drop from Trailmaster to get a very, very huge, massive multiplier. If you are of the view that maybe rarity is a bit too OP, especially on Spark Archmages, then in this case, maybe you don't want to hold like tons of Escappers. If for some reason you're sitting on 10, 20 right now, they are worth a fair bit. They are worth like approximately two divines each. So try to sell them, get rid of them, hold on to the cash, and then once the patch is over, you can buy them back, whatever price it may be if you're holding on to it. This is a key de-risking one that I'm worried about. If you're holding on to it, please try to like de-risk yourself, get rid of it. Other than that, the other stuff here, nothing too significant that I'm too worried about in terms of overall stuff. Just need to know that certain things are exposed to certain meta. For example, if you are believing that the stacking meta like Gambling Legionnaire is going way too OP, then stuff like Adaptive Catalyst is definitely going to be a lot cheaper. But these are all very, very minor things. The main one really is so-called. The next thing that I want to talk about is if you are playing a hype class. For example, I'm playing a Deadeye. Some people, for example, are playing Invokers. Some of you watching this one, some of you are playing Gambling Legionnaires, Spark Archmages, very popular classes into the meta right now. If you have any hand-me-down gears, for example, old gear that you're using right now, and you want to like just try to sell it, maybe you're selling them at super expensive, like 10 divines, 12 divines, 14 divines, and whatever not, you can actually lower the prices so that you can get rid of your excess inventory. At least if you get nerfed, your class get nerfs. Unfortunately, I don't wish for any of your classes to get nerfed, but if we do, at least you have a lot of huge buffer saving. You can easily rotate your gear around. The only thing that you are left with your account that gets nerfed is the stuff that you are using your best in slots, but and at least we de-risk. So with that huge cash buffer, at least you can rotate easily. You don't feel the pain too much. You can explore other builds too once the rotation happens as well, rather than being stuck on massive inventory. So let's not be greedy. Let's try to de-risk, try to sell off any excess that you have. I'm not asking you to sell them everything at one Exalted. Just try to like adjust maybe like 10% lower. Let other people who don't like watch these videos buy it up and hold the inventory for the meta and whatever it is. So that is like some tips that I have for de-risking in terms of the gear. Now, another thing that is very important is your uniques. Right now, let me just show you a chart over here that we track. So we track on the channel the charts of all the different ones and I analyze for you guys. Once the patch notes come out, I'll also be sharing with you the price changes and what are the implications for it. That's what we do on this channel. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you appreciate such content as well. Right now, the interesting one that we see, if we look at the top 5 charts here, you can see the numbers or the chart, whichever you would prefer. But all the ones, the better uniques, for example, Astromantis, your Temporalis, your Ingenuity and stuff like that, they have all been doing better over the past week, except one exception is Dream Fragments. Now, there are many reasons why certain uniques are doing better. Class popularity, the duping got nerfed as well. They patched it up, so Temporalis, Ingenuity generally benefited as well. But Dream Fragments, out of the top tier gear, is actually coming down. A lot of people might be seeing a huge risk to Spark Archmages, so they are trying to de-risk by getting rid of inventory as well. If you are buying up these stuff like Dream Fragments right now, note that you are buying a very, very big risk. What if it gets nerfed? You'll be holding on to like a 70 plus 80 divine item that could be affected by nerfs. So that is something that you want to take note of. The others, on the other hand, are all still doing really well. They are all very exposed to certain things. Temporalis might even get hit. So if you were to buy something right now, I would say just chill out, wait for the patch notes. Don't make any heavy investments right now so that you can see with more clarity. Of course, once clarity is here, good items definitely will pass by and the prices will be a bit more expensive, but you pay a bit for de-risking. So in that sense, the stuff that do better, of course, will go up because these guys took the risk of holding the inventory. Overall, the market, what does it look like currently before we head into the patch? We are currently on an inflationary environment. Chart goes up means more inflation. Divine Orbs are worth less relative to other items in the game. currently we are sitting around here. As you can see, we are going a bit horizontal right now into the patch notes. No one is really like buying a lot of stuff. No one's really selling a lot of stuff. Everyone's just like on a wait and see kind of mood right now because they're worried, want to know what happens. But we are going to be proactive. We're going to try to make some money as well. That's the second part of this video. Now we talk about de-risking and getting rid of all the inventory and stuff like that. There's more of the intuitive part, which a lot of us can do. The second part, which is my value add on this channel as well, is what am I looking forward to actually start making money from the changes? Now, one thing that we need to know, of course, is there are classes that are overpowered a little bit more than others. For example, your Deadeyes, for example, your Spark Archmages, your Invokers, Gambling Legionnaires, whatever not, crossbow builds and stuff like that. But there are a few classes that are not that great right now, which are, of course, your Warriors. Everyone jokes about Warriors, Warbringers, Titans on everywhere. I'm not telling you should buy everything Warrior gear. That's not my intention. But there are two things. This is a double-layered strategy over here. One, Warriors are one of the lowest popular classes in the game, one of the least meta classes. On top of that, if you look at the other classes in the game, there's a lot of other stuff that hasn't appeared yet. We know for sure that there will be new weapons. They even have it in the UI over here. But the question is, when will it come up? So my thought process is I'm actually gearing up for an eventual when they will introduce new gear. I want to buy stuff now, right now, that are super, super cheap, that people don't really like at all. And it has to do with in line with how bad Warriors are. Look at all the new weapons that are coming out. Swords, I would say, is like a melee class. Axe, I would assume is melee unless you throw it. Flail, I assume is also like melee. Primal, I'm not exactly sure, but spears, maybe melee, maybe range if you can throw them. Daggers sounds a bit melee or range, but more often than not, a lot of these tend to be a bit more melee than compared to the other ones, and they all haven't been introduced in the game, which means monsters don't drop them yet. So one huge tip that I have right now is you can stock up on these kind of, this is the wrong one by the way, this is the exotic coinage that you can stock up on, as well as going into the breach section, the expedition segment here, and going to get these Gwenon artifacts, Broken Circle artifacts. When a new character comes out in future, these are going to likely go up in value. You can easily take these Broken Circle artifacts, go to Gwenon and start rolling all your weapons from her to get a very, very good one to sell to all these people that are buying new weapons. Right now in the shop, we don't have swords. We don't have any of the others. But once we do, they'll be likely going to be quite desirable. And that's the best way you can actually make some quick cash as well. If you think this weekend they're introducing a new class, I'm not saying it might, but these are opportunities that I'm letting us consider as well. The next one, which I think is also very interesting, and hear me out guys, if you are finding value in this video so far, do give me a like, comment and subscribe if you want to see more of such content on YouTube as well, so you can get recommended or get notified too. But here's the investment strategy. I am buying melee skills plus 3 as much as I can. I have, I don't know, how many is this? Like 15, 17 of these. Now, these look really, really nice right now because they all look super good. But I actually bought all of them, like 3 liners, 4 liners at super dirt cheap prices. I bought it from 5 Exalted to 10 Exalted. All of these, barely, none of them here cost me above 10 Exalted. And I just Exalted them and I got really, really nice ones. I have 5 of them. Spirit. Of course, there are certain crafting strategies, what I'm looking for, which I share with you guys on the channel as well. But basically, these are at like one of the worst states right now. Melee skills, there's only like a few, barely any classes that use them. Maybe the ones that are meta right now is like Invoker, the Monk class as well, maybe Gambling Legionnaire kind of builds. But other than that, no one really cares too much about melee. Warriors are so in such a bad state. But if we were to have more characters coming out in future, playing with swords, playing with axes, playing with spears, or flails, whatever that may be, new classes, these likely will go up in value quite a lot. And if you can get them now for the cheap, barely anything, I think it's a worthy investment. I'm personally buying this. I'm not asking you to buy this. It's just my thought process. If you appreciate me sharing honestly with you guys, I could have just not like shared it. But I just want to help you guys as well, make some money. It is a community building thing. And if you want to be part of our community, do consider subscribing as a member of the channel or joining our Discord as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys make some cash too. And like, subscribe, check out these 2 other videos where we talk about other trading strategies too. See you guys in the next video.